Hey ladies, how are you doing? How is what is this? This is Saturday. If you're watching this is live right now on TikTok on Saturday. However, if you're watching this on YouTube, it is now Sunday. How are you guys doing? I hope you're well. I hope your weekend has been going well. Today's drink is always my lemon water and my straw from the good old. Guess where I get? If you guys are looking for straws like these metal straws, you can get them at Family Dollar of all places. So how are you doing? As you can see, the title is 12 Dating Rules. So before I got on here, I didn't know what I was going to talk about. Last time I did a live about story time. You guys really liked that story time. I can do more of those, but I don't necessarily do that today. But I had 12 things that I jotted down right before this video that are dating rules that have changed my life. And if you don't know, now you know. Your girl used to, before she was a life coach, she isn't me, B. Wiley. Before I was a life coach, I was a hot mess when it came to dating. And if you can relate to being a hot mess, if you're a hot mess right now when it comes to dating, then this video is specifically for you. I want to go over 12 things that you can do and start doing when you're dating so that you can date with intent and of course so that you can get the results you want when you're dating. I look yellow in this video. To me, it's giving Bart Simpson. I don't know why, but that's where we're at. So the first rule when it comes to dating that really changed the game for me, the number one thing that you must do when you're dating a dude is you want to mirror his actions. And what I mean by that, what do you see when you look in a mirror? A reflection. So you want to be a direct reflection of what he's doing. So if he's calling, of course, you're reciprocating that energy. Reciprocation is the name of the game. You're not doing too much. You're not doing too little. You're actually balanced and meeting him at where he's at, on the street he at, on the block where he be. You're not doing too much. A lot of women, I can relate. I used to be a woman that would do too much and it didn't give me the results that I wanted. It actually, when you do too much, it can actually run a dude off. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to start talking to him only to push him away because that doesn't make sense. So if you have an issue with not knowing what to do when you're dating a dude, whether you're fresh out of a relationship, whether you've been in a relationship for the last decade, whatever your situation may be, just think about this. Mirror his actions. And when a man is serious about you, he's going to pursue you. And what that looks like is him calling you every day because he wants to hear the sound of your voice, because he actually cares about how your day was. When you meet a guy who is up, down, and all around, that means he's really not into you. He's literally showing you with his actions that he's not into you. And the longer that you stay in this game isn't going to make him want you more because he knows what he wants from you from the moment he meets you. He wants to F you, he wants to make you his forever, or he wants to friend zone you. The 3 F's, right? I go over that all the time in my videos. So get that locked down in your mind. And if you feel like you're going to do too much and you're going to go over and beyond the bush, I need for you to back that thing up and begin to mirror his actions. So that's number one. Y'all are here. Y'all giving the likes. Thank you so much for giving me hearts. So if you just joined me, I'm talking all about the 12 dating rules that changed the game for me, and I want to give them to you. So if you like this video, feel free to heart as you are right now. So the first one I just went over was mirroring his actions. The second rule to dating to change the game is to never send these long books for text. Us women, we have so much to say. And even me, I literally come on here every day and I talk y'all blocks off and I give y'all insight. However, what you're not going to find me doing is sending a dude a long textbook. You're not going to see me over here writing a book because I'm bringing some books out this year and going into my phone and writing some more books to the dude that I'm dating. It's just not going to happen. Because think about the last time that you were dating a guy and you sent him this long, drawn out novel. Either he did not respond, he blocked you, left you on red, or he did respond and it was like, okay. And you done typed down this whole book, you done poured your whole heart out, and all he's giving you is dust. I need you not to waste your time writing novels. If you feel your Twitter fingers writing the novel, I'm going to need for you to call your girlfriend. I'm going to need for you to pray. I'm going to need for you to talk to your mother. I'm going to need for you to take a walk. I'm going to need for you to put your punching gloves on and go to a kickboxing class. Whatever you do, don't send that text message out. Think about something else. I need for you to journal. I need for you to do everything that you must do in order to avoid sending him that long drawn out text message that he don't want to read because he's not interested in you, and he ain't going to read because he could care less. You want to know why he could care less? Because he's not interested. Because if he was, you wouldn't be sending this long book to him because you would know where you're at, and it would be all good. So think about that too. All right. So that's number 2. Number 3, when it comes to dating rules, that's going to help you out in the game is do not, speaking of texting, this piggybacks off texting. So not only do you not want to send long drawn out textbooks, you also don't want to double text. Say what you got to say in that first text and be done with it. Don't be sending him something like, hey, what are you doing? And then 2 hours, 3 hours goes by. He ain't said nothing. You know ain't nothing wrong with him. Don't try to convince yourself that he in a hospital or he locked up somewhere. He is perfectly fine. Because when you do that, you then send another text. Oh, just trying to see, how are you doing? How is your day going? Trust me, girl, 9 times out of 10, he's seen the first text and maybe he was busy. Maybe he was ignoring you. I don't know. Whatever it is, he ain't responding. So after that first text message and he doesn't respond, move around. Whatever you do, if you need someone to text your sister, text your girlfriend, text your brother, text your teacher, text someone else outside of him. Because when you double text, that means you're doing too much. Unless you have, let's see what there would be a reason for you to double text. Because I don't even say it's a reason. Because I was going to say at first, let's say y'all had plans to meet up. And then you was reaching out to him on the day of and he doesn't respond, because I don't even play like that. If we got a date and I don't hear from you, that means the date is canceled, and I'm not about to reach out to you for you to ignore me or give me some excuse. And that's just a sidebar. If a dude has made a plan for you and he has literally said on Wednesday, we're going to go out to eat, and you talk to him all the way up until Wednesday, and then the actual Wednesday comes and you hear not a peep, don't text him. Don't call him. Don't send him no long book. Don't do nothing. And I know that can be hard for a lot of women to just not say anything, because the first thing that your mind goes to, because you're so loving and kind, is something has happened to him. No, nothing has happened. And if something has happened, what can you do about it? What are you going to do? Revive him? Absolutely not. What are you going to do? Go bail him out? Of course not. So just let it go. Let it go. So if you're just tuning in, I'm talking about, and I'll keep saying this because there's people popping in and popping out. I'm talking about the 12 dating rules that changed the game for me. All right. So that was number 3. Now, number 4, and I'm going to do 12 of them. Number 4, when you're dating, never make assumptions. Humans have it bad with making assumptions. Charm says, if he doesn't confirm, I don't get ready. I know that's right. I won't put a foot in a sock or a shoe. If he ain't confirming nothing, I'll just be sitting there and I'll be in my pajamas or out with the girls making another plan. The one thing I'm not going to do is get ready for a date when you're right, Charm. He has not confirmed. Absolutely not. So take Charm's advice. All right. So number 4, when it comes to dating and you're getting to know a guy, because that's what you do, what you're supposed to do when you're dating. You're trying to get to know the person. Do not make assumptions. Don't assume he got all these women. Don't assume he be out here in these streets, in the community, giving his stuff away. Don't assume he got all this money. Don't assume he broke. Don't assume he's the perfect man for you. Don't assume nothing. What you do need to do is not assume, but ask. You need to ask. Whatever it is you're questioning in your mind, whatever it is that you're wanting to know, you need to ask. Because if you don't, the things that you make up in your head are not even him. A lot of us women, I can relate to this. I used to be that girl. I used to create this fictitious character of my idea of who this guy is, because that's what I saw in my daydream, in my mind, in my fairy tale. This is what I saw. And then he's nothing like what I'm thinking he's going to be. He's actually totally different. And so women, I need for you to stop making assumptions about who this man is, how he's going to be, how he's going to show up, how he's going to engage, how he's going to talk to you. And definitely, thank you for following, Charm. Thank you. And definitely focus on who he's showing you he is. Because what is an assumption? Spell it out and stop at the 3rd letter and let me know how that feels for you and how that's going to go for you when you become that. We don't want that. So don't make assumptions. The next one is number 5. This one is very important. A lot of people have issues with number 5. A lot of humans have issues with number 5 because humans always want to bump their gums. The biggest rule to the game that is the most solid and will get you so far is when you listen. Linda, when you zip your lip and you just open your ears. And you literally want to do this early on when you're getting to know him. We talk about the first few conversations. We talk about from the moment he approaches you, your ears are perked and you're listening. You're not interrupting. I used to have a bad habit of interrupting people because I thought I knew what they were going to say because I'm so smart and clearly I can read your mind. I was so stupid. No, the moment I zip my lip and just let that dude talk, it was literally like I had unlocked a whole new hidden level in Super Mario Brothers. I'm not even kidding. It is the best gift that you can give to yourself when you're dating is to listen. And you have to practice listening. You have to stop yourself. I was actually talking to my insurance agent the other day. He made a mistake, a big mistake, and it involved money. And so he was not listening. And that's what really bothered me. And finally, after I got him to listen, I was very clear and I was very direct. And he finally opened up his ears and he listened. And then we got things solved. It was a mistake, a big mistake, but guess what? Mistakes happen. I have to move on. And I am. Now for you, when it comes to listening, just shut your mouth. And if you feel yourself needing to talk, I'm going to need for you to text it to yourself, jot it down, hold it. Just don't let it out. Because the moment you sit back, you relax and just let him speak. Because a lot of dudes ain't just going to be upfront about stuff. You have to talk to them and you have to listen. And sometimes because you run your mouth so much, he might want to say something, but he know you're going to cut in. So he's just like, why even bother? I know she going to cut me off. I know she going to cut in. I know she like to think she know everything. So you might be missing out on a whole lot of information if you would just be quiet. Yes, they will expose themselves. You're absolutely right, Nita. If we just learn how to zip our lip, hey, we'll know everything we need to know so early on that we won't even be over here crying in the corner 3 months later and sending texts and double texting and doing the most. So that was number 5. Number 6, I'm gonna say this respectfully. When you're dating someone and you're getting to know him, I'm gonna need for you, my sister that's watching this, to get a life. I'm gonna literally need for you to get a life. And what that looks like is that when you got brunch with your girls on Sundays, before you met this dude, you stand on business at brunch on Sundays. You don't go breaking up the plan or being iffy about going because you're on standby because you think he might want to see you or you might want to see him. No, you're going to brunch. You're also not going to bed super late at night when you have to be at the gym in the morning, but to start your day. You're not going to hold your sleep because you want to sit up and talk to him. Absolutely not. You're going to say, all right, it's good talking and everything. However, I have to be in the gym in the morning so we can finish this conversation tomorrow. That's you having a life. Now he can fall in. The thing is, when you're dating someone, you're not supposed to readjust and just move your whole life and put him in the middle and then go around him and adjust to him. No, he's supposed to come in naturally and organically. Both parties, they're supposed to come together and y'all figure it out. And by figuring it out, I mean it's supposed to be natural, organic. Things are supposed to flow. And you're going to know what your schedules are. Why? Because you're communicating about them. But early on, like I said, you shouldn't be cutting your girlfriends off, leaving them up in the air about if you're going to join them or not. Have them confused about why you ain't nowhere to be found, missing the gym, which you know you love to go to the gym, missing out on other obligations, being late to work because you done woke up late because you've been on the phone all night. And he don't have to worry about that because he run his own business. Like you have to literally get a life. You do not stop doing the things that you enjoy, like your hobbies, whether it is you go for the dog, you walk the dogs every first Saturday of the month. But he's free that Saturday. So you then say, oh, I ain't going to do this. No, you stick with what you love to do, what you like to do, and you keep those separate relationships going. You don't shut those things down because those people were there before he even entered the picture. And he's not going to do it either. Excuse me. I am burping, guys. I'm so sorry. Anytime I drink water, I'm burping, but I did have something earlier. It gave me indigestion, and I think that might be what it is. These chips I've never had before, but they were good, but they're making me burp, so I'm sorry. But a dude is not going to rearrange his whole schedule in his life. No, if he going out with the bros, he's going out with the bros. You're just going to have to wait till he get back. So just keep that in mind. So that was number 6, get a life. So number 7, the 7th dating rule that changed the game for me is do not post or follow each other too soon. I learned this kind of the hard way, but it wasn't that bad. But I was dating a guy for many years before I moved here to St. Louis. And at first, we followed each other. And then somehow it got messy. And I don't remember exactly how it got messy. But ultimately, we agreed to stop following each other. And that was early on. That was in like the first year. And we ended up dating for like 5 years. But after that, we never followed each other till this day. And we're cool. We never followed each other again. And it was a game changer. Y'all be so happy-go-lucky up in here that y'all want to post this dude. Y'all want to send subliminals about you got a man or you dating someone. And you're doing too much, too soon, too fast. Me personally, this is me. I ain't posting Nathan until we're literally married. And I ain't walking down no aisle because we going to the justice of the peace. So after we do that, then that's when you'll see who I'm with. But until then, honey, you can think I'm single, ready to mingle. You can think I got a man, not got a man, engaged. It doesn't matter to me. I honestly don't care what you think I got going on. Or I can't get a man. So whatever. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. So you need to have and adopt that kind of mindset. You shouldn't be posting no dude who ain't even number one done committed to you, who ain't really trying to be bothered, and who doesn't have the intention to be with you. And then because what you do is when you get up into the posting and the following stuff, you get to stalking and lurking, and you get to going all the way back and looking at pictures and blowing them up, and then looking at where her hand was, where her pinky ring was. Are they together? Are they not together? Who is that girl in the background? What shoe he got on his foot? It's like all these things that don't make sense. And then you get in your mind and you get to boggling your brain about he's just like the last 2 guys. It's too much. It's so much unnecessary drama. And it's so much energy that you're using for nothing. When you just don't even be friends, don't follow each other. And guess what? If he's not a good dude, what's done in the dark will come to the light. Just let it play out. Just literally let it play out. Because a lot of women get hung up on social media and you'll be tagging. I remember it was this one girl. All right. So there was this guy that I know. I'll just say there was this guy that I know. And we've always been friendly. He's just always been solid guy. And so he was dating this girl. And I noticed that everything she posted on her Facebook page, she tagged him in it. And I'm just like, this is too much. She's so over the top. And him, in real life, he's super cool, super laid back. If he with you, he say he with you. But other than that, it's like for every 300 posts she would post and tag him, he would tag her in like 2. And I know she felt a certain way because a lot of women are deep with that. Like they think if you don't post them on their social media, then you must not like them. Then you must not care. Then you must be dating someone else. Clearly, you're married to someone else if you don't post me or tag me. And it's just like, it's an unnecessary obsessed. Oh, yeah, I do think she was obsessed. And speaking of obsessed, it froze. It is frozen? It froze for a second. Speaking of obsessed, me and he had reached out to me in my inbox while they were dating. And we were just having casual conversation, literally casual conversation, just talking. And so then, because we talked over the years, I've known this guy since I was 19. So anyway, some months went by, and then he reached out to me in my DM again, and I was like, I don't know if that was actually him that was talking to me, because then I brung up some things that we had said in that previous conversation. He didn't have a clue as to what I was talking about. So I think that was her in his DMs trying to fish around to see what he got going on, if he has something going on with me. And I'm just like, I don't even live there. Like, we don't even live in the same state. And I have seen him over the years, but why would I go meet up with him knowing that you're obsessed and you tag him on everything? That just wouldn't be a good look just in general. And because I think you low-key obsessed, like I'm staying away from that. Because what do obsessed people do? They don't do fun things to the other woman. They do bad things to the other woman. So yes, obsessed is right. And so that was just strange. So don't be that girl. Don't be on here posting, doing too much, following each other too soon. It ain't worth it. Number 8 on the dating rules. Focus solely on his actions. I have mastered this, to focus solely on his actions. I don't hear nothing. I'm like that monkey. The emoji. I'm like this. I can't hear you. What? So I'm like that because it's like, dude, you can try to talk my block off until the middle of next week by doing nothing, while doing nothing, or doing the opposite. So much so that I can't hear you. I can't hear you. And the words, as they're coming, it's like a cartoon. As they're coming out of his mouth and going in my ear, it's coming right out the other ear. That's how I would look if we was a cartoon and I was dating this dude. Because you can't trust nothing these dudes say, because people will say anything. So let alone the dude who's interested in you, trying to impress you. Of course, he could have the potential to say anything. And when I mean this, I mean dudes who have hidden agendas. I don't mean men. I mean quality men. I mean dudes who ain't about nothing. This is what I'm talking about. So only look at his actions, because his actions will literally tell you everything with his relationship with his kids, his mother, his baby mama if he got one, his job, his co-workers, his relationship with money, his relationship with himself, his relationship with strangers. Just focus solely on his actions, and that will get you a lot further than just being swooned by the words that are coming out of his mouth, because he can say anything. Specifically, if you've been bumping your gums and telling him everything that you like and everything that you want, he's going to play on that if he's not a good guy. So that's number 8. Number 9, the 9th dating rule that changed the game for me, is require him to make planned dates and meetups. This means if you know you're dating with the intention to ultimately get married and be with someone long term, then that person has, and he says he has the same intentions, right? Because you've had that conversation, because you're asking questions. You definitely want to let him know that when he calls you up on a Wednesday at 5:45, that no, he can't meet you at 7 o'clock. Like, what you think this is, bro? And some women are going to be like, well, he is asking me out. We are going out on a date. It's not Netflixing or anything like that. So why can't I do it, Big Wiley? Like, why are you an afterthought? First of all, why are you an afterthought? It'd be different if on Monday morning, it was last minute tickets to see Drake. And Drake was in town one night only on that Monday night, literally. And he just said, I'm going to call up, got the tickets. He won the tickets, come pick them up today. He calls you that day, the day of, a few hours before, and was like, look, I got these free tickets. I want them to go see Drake. Side note, I actually won some tickets to see Drake when I first moved to St. Louis. I pulled this ticket. It was at this party. And the man, he pulled, and I said, I'm going to win these tickets. It was Drake, Future, Janae Aiko, and Miguel. They all came here. This has been so long ago. It's when I first moved here. And I did go see Drake. But let's just say that that's kind of last minute. That's last minute. That's not a plan. That's very spontaneous. He wants to take you to a Drake concert. So that in that case, then yeah, sure. But no, I'm talking about a dude who been knowing all day long, perhaps, that he may or may not want to see you. He ain't said nothing. He ain't really planned anything. It's just like, I'm hungry. Do you want to come with me? No. You need a dude that's going to make a plan, that's going to actually consider you, that's going to actually think about, well, what if she already has plans? What if she needs to find a babysitter if you have kids? What if you were supposed to meet up with your family? What if you were supposed to go to the gym? Like, all these things he should consider before just last minuting you. And I remember the guy that last minute me, we had been on a date before and he had planned it in advance. We were talking every day. And then I didn't hear from him for a few days. And this guy had a lot of money, and that was the problem. He was a good looking guy. He had a lot of money. How do I know that? Because he made sure I knew on our first date about his credit score, about his money, blah, 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 whatever. So what he thought he was going to do is call me up and be like, yeah, let's go out right now. I hadn't heard from him for like 2 or 3 days, and then you're going to call me up. I said, absolutely not. And when I said that, it was almost like he was turned off. Like I just shot him in the toe with a BB gun. And it's just like, sir, what do you think this is? You got to let these dudes know what do you think this is? All right. Charm says he needs to show effort and be considerate. Exactly. Oh, I'm teaching, girl. School is in session. Get your ink pens out. But no, seriously. And with that guy, the thing is, good looking guy, financially straight. He didn't have no issues with taking a woman out. However, like, dude, you ain't, and plus I had a son. My son was young back then. And it's just like, and even if I didn't, like, what do you think this is, sir? Like, you can't just call me up the day of I ain't heard from you in 2 days and now I'm just supposed to jump. No, you done jumped stupid if you think I'm just going to jump like that and just be like, okay, I'll be ready in 5. Absolutely not. You want to know why? Because that's a standard and that's my boundary. And you should have the same. So, number 10 on the dating rules, this is the 10th rule on changing the game. Rules that help me change the game is, what is this? Go with, yeah. This one is you always want to listen to your gut. Now, we know that we have women's intuition. We know that, right? We also know that God, if that's what you believe in, the universe will literally tell us something. It will just be in our spirit. However, we will ignore whatever that is. We will actually question something when we know what we want to do. When we have something in our minds that we want to do, we'll question when it's not right. We'll create excuses, justifications to do whatever it is we want to do. However, I'm telling you, you're going to save yourself some time by listening, and actually acting on your gut. Charm says, last minute indicates he doesn't truly value you. Absolutely right. And side note, when it comes to that whole value thing, maybe he also sees that you don't value yourself. Because dudes peep game. Dudes are not stupid. I know we like to think they dumb, and maybe they can be. I mean, it's situational. We all have our moments. However, if he gonna last minute you because he ain't considered nothing, he don't value you, like she said, and maybe he sees that you don't value you, that you don't think that much of yourself to where you will require a dude to take some time out of his schedule and create a plan. So you got to think about that too. I'm just giving it to y'all real. I'm giving it to y'all real, but I can get even real and raw, and we're not there yet. I don't know when I'm going to be able to let it all out for B. Wiley, because I think that'll have to be something like a paywall, because there is so much that I want to say, and I really want to give it to y'all blunt and just real and give you real life examples, but we're not there yet. But we'll get there. So you always want to go with your gut. And when you're going with your gut, you're acting. You're immediately acting. You're not sitting around pondering. You're not sitting around trying to create an excuse. You're not sitting around and let it simmer. You're not talking to your homegirls that ain't got good sense. No, you got the sense. It's in your gut. It's not in their guts. So you need to act on that. All right, number 11. This is my favorite one. This used to be one that I was scared of, but this number 11 is one of my favorites. When it comes to dating and the rules that change the game, is ask questions. You cannot ask enough questions. I'm not telling you to interrogate, because who wants to be interrogated? Not me, not your mama, not your daddy. So when you're asking, it has a undertone of joy, of happiness, of it's light. You're leading with love. And when I say that, you don't love him, you just met him, you're dating. But that all that means is you're coming from a good place. You're literally just wanting to get to know him, about his previous relationships, about his experiences that he's had, why he's dating now, what he's looking for. I done got some roses in here, guys. I got some roses. I didn't know that. Guys, I don't know nothing about these roses, but the thing just scrolled by and it showed me I got 3 roses. Okay, girl. I ain't never got no rose before, so I guess I'm popping today. Thank you for whoever gave me those roses. But yeah. So when it comes to asking questions, have no fear. B. Wiley is here. You got to ask these questions. Not what your favorite color is. No, we need to know the basics. Number 1, are you single? How long? What happened in that last relationship? You're not going to sit and talk about, the goal isn't to sit and talk about his ex-girlfriend, ex-wife, or his baby mama that he was with for a decade. The goal is to get to know what his character is like, what his goals are. The goals, and then the main thing is to find out what kind of communicator he is. Because if he on the defense, if he's used to going with the silent treatment, if he's used to shutting you out, if he's used to not answering questions, being vague, being manipulative, like, you need to know these things. If women would literally ask questions out the gate, a lot of these first dates wouldn't even happen, because you'll know that he's not the one, because you already asked the pre-questions before the freaking first date. And sometimes women can be scared to do that because they ain't been out and with a dude in a while, ain't dated in a while, don't know how to date, are still learning, are still practicing, coming out of the divorce, whatever your situation is. If you ain't asking questions, then you're going to miss out on a lot. If you got them hearts in your eyes, and what does that be, Wiley? The hearts in the eyes are when you look at a dude and you just infatuated. You could have some LUST behind it. You just are dreamy for him because he could possibly be your dream guy in the way he looks, like Idris Elba. His wife, it was so funny, put in the shade room about this is our husband. I thought that was the funniest thing I've ever seen. It was great. And some people in the comments were like offended by it. Like, dude, take a joke. Idris looks good. I mean, in my opinion, he looks good for many reasons. And so, come on. And so with that being said, when it comes to asking questions, and that was just a sidebar, you want to ask questions about him because we need to know about his communication style. And a lot of people these days don't communicate well. And if that's important to you, we need to find out what kind of communicator he is. If you know you've had a background of attracting guys who like to be physical and you don't want that anymore, you want to ask him, when was the last time you were rejected? How did that make you feel? And we need to get some solid answers. Of course, dudes can answer any kind of way and tell you anything. But what is your gut telling you? What are his actions showing you? There is no excuse. Pay attention to the red flags if they're there. Address them if they're there. If you can figure out how to uproot the red flag, if it's not a deal breaker, because every red flag isn't necessarily a deal breaker. It's just something we need to talk about sometimes. However, it could be a deal breaker. Whatever the case, it's situational, of course. Go with what you know and keep the party going. But you can't go anywhere. You can't get past go and collect the $200 if you are unwilling to ask questions that are important when you're early on dating and get down to the bottom of it. I remember the last guy that I talked to that I just had the hearts in my eyes about. I think I asked him how long he had been single, and he was just like, it's been a minute. And I just rolled with it. I also was sending him long textbook messages. I was doing all these things that I'm telling you about. And this has been a very long time ago. And that's why I'm telling you, you can change. I went from completely, before I get to the last one, I went from being completely desperate, dumb, naive, green, thirsty, name it. I used to do all the things and still didn't have no man and was just crazy. And they was picking my butt up, placing me ever so gently back on the concrete slab because I was not a value. They didn't value me. They didn't see no value in me. Heck, I didn't even love me or see any value in myself because I was out searching for it versus pouring it into myself and believing it for myself and actually taking care of myself. Well, thank God I'm past that, right? And thank God I'm here to teach you to never be that girl. All right, so number 12 is the last one, and these aren't in any particular order. So number 12, I like to see his body language. This is Charm again. I like to see his body language when he answers certain questions. Body language is everything, honey. You got to pay attention to everything. Is their eyes fluttering? Is they blinking? Is they twitching? Is they sweating? Is they lip quivering? Is there a neck vein in their neck jumping? Oh yes, he dropped me ever so gently down on the concrete slab. So all right, and then it says, I came in on 12. What 1 through 11? Girl, I'm not about to play with you. Kella, I'm not about to play with you. But I'll go back through them. I'm about to be on the 12th one. But Kella, the link is in my bio for the YouTube. Anytime I go live and then I do a video, I put it up on my YouTube the same day, but not today. Tomorrow, it will be up on my YouTube. So look for that. But I'll just go over the 12. I ain't going to break them down. But I'll go over them for them. I can't. All right, number 12, when it comes to the dating rules, is you need to like yourself. I hope that you love yourself, though. But you need to like and love yourself more than you like and or love him. But we're going to go with like because this is dating. So when it comes to the dating rules, the 12th dating rule is that you need to love yourself more than you like him. When you love yourself more than you like him, that love for self eclipses your like for him. And then that way you can move on easily, quicker, faster, at a better, swift pace without a second thought, because now you realize this dude is trash when it comes to you. He has lackluster efforts. He is inconsistent. He does not plan anything. And he thinks I'm a joke. And I would be a joke if I continue to date this fool. And you're not a fool, so don't date a fool, because like attracts like, right? So there we are. So those are the 12. Now, Kella, she came in here and made a request. So I'll go over the 12 really quick. So I just went over 12 dating rules. And if you're seeing this at the last minute, it will be on my YouTube tomorrow. So all right, the 12 dating rules that changed the game for me. Number 1, mirror his actions. Number 2, never send textbooks meaning don't send them long drawn out text books. Number 3, do not double text. If you say something 1 hour, don't come back the next 30 minutes or another few hours double texting. Number 4, never make assumptions. Why? Because what are the first 3 letters in assumptions? Are you that? You will be if you making assumptions. Number 5, listen, Linda. Quit bumping your gums. Listen when he talks. Tune in. All ears on deck. Number 6, get a life. Get a life. Get a life. He is not your life. So whatever you was doing before him, continue to do it while you're dating him. Number 7, don't post or follow each other too soon on social media. I say not at all until you're down that aisle and you married. That's just me. But if you must, don't do it until it's totally locked in. You've been with him for a minute. You're fully committed. Number 8, focus solely on his actions. When he bump his gums and run in his mouth, you don't hear nothing. You get cotton balls in your ear. I don't hear nothing. You like Martin. It was like an episode of Martin and Gina when Gina was like, I can't hear you with you. It was some episode. It was funny. So you can't hear nothing. You like the monkey covering up his ear. Covering up his ears. You hear nothing. All right. Number 9, require him to make planned dates and meetups. He don't last minute you. I gave y'all a scenario about the Drake concert. Watch the video on YouTube if you need that. But no. He needs to come up with the plan. Okay. Number 10. Go with your gut. Always listen to your gut and act accordingly. I'm at 963 hearts. Y'all get me to 1,000. It's only a few more taps. Let's get me to 1,000. All right. Number 11, when it comes to your dating rules, you want to ask questions. You want to ask him all the questions, all the things, and you do this not like you're interrogating him, but you do this from a place of light, from love, from humor. You ask him questions that matter, and what his favorite color really don't matter. Now, does it? And the last one, Kel, is, oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, girl. The last one is you need to love and like yourself more than you like him. The end. Oh my gosh, guys, you got me up to 1.4. Thank you for watching. Let's give yourself a round of applause. If you took your notes, here's mine. I wrote them right down. It's backwards though. I wrote the rules down. If you want to screenshot them and come back later. But there they are. And those are the 12 rules that I came up with right before I got onto this live. If you don't know now, you know I'm Coach B. Wiley, professional. I am certified up in here. I plays no games. And I come on here all the time, every day, and talk about dating and communicating. I am a published author. Like, let's get into it. Somebody send me the list. Y'all crazy up here. So this is my first book. Hello, my name is Single. I'm actively working on Hello, My Name is Single Part 2. And this book here is available on Barnes & Noble. Links are all in my bio. If you want the ebook, it is on Google Play. I believe that link is in my bio. Just go on Google Play and type Hello, My Name is Single, or type my name in there, B. Wiley. Either way, if you want to book with me, the book is wide open. Book a session with me. We're talking all about dating and communicating and how to get you to engage with your sister, with your children, if you're a single parent. I can teach you how to communicate with your boss at work to get more money. I can teach you how to communicate, of course, with the dude that you're dating and just with anyone, with a stranger. I literally specialize in communicating across the board. Then if you want to talk dating because you're sick of banging your head against the wall when it comes to dating, I'm your girl. I got you. If you don't want to book with me, that's fine too. But the link is in my bio. Coach B. Wiley on mymentor.life. Book me. If you want just free information, continue to follow me here on TikTok and go over to my YouTube. It has hundreds of videos over there. That's free content. I'm giving you the free. So follow me. Outside of that, thank you for tuning in. Y'all still liking. Get them likes going. Oh, I'll put the list up here again. It's backwards, y'all know, but I think you can take a screenshot of this. But and it'll be up on YouTube tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are nice. So there's a list again. There's a list again. Hopefully you got it. Who is that? T Money. I'm gonna scoot over to your YouTube. All right, girl. I'll see you later, and I'll see y'all later. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank you for watching and for the roses.